was like, wait, when you going back down to Berks? I wanted him to start, but he was like, oh, tomorrow. I was like, okay. Because he asked me, he was like, what you going to Berks on Thursday? I was like, no, we're not going on Thursday. I'm actually going today. So that's why I asked. I was like, when you going back down?
Let's go. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I enjoyed my weekend so much that I was on Instagram Live Friday night from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning. And I kept getting mad every time that countdown kept coming. I kept getting that countdown like you was getting.
Instagram Live, right?
Yes. Did I say Instagram Live, right?
I couldn't. I know you said live, but I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I was on Instagram Live, and I just had such a good time listening to music, talking to y'all about some of my personal life. We was outside on the block at 3 o'clock in the morning. And bitch, don't shake your head. We was out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
If you want to know about somebody's personal life, call Kevin.
Singing on the block. You know I ain't putting my whole thing out there. You know, there's people out there watching that's waiting to throw it in your face. Yeah. So I just had a good time. So shout out to y'all that was on Instagram Live. And I do look forward into getting back on the Instagram Live. And on Sunday morning, I didn't get a chance to go to Mikkel's Friends and Family Day because we were celebrating my sister's graduation. However, it was good. And this is what I want to talk about. I wanted to tell y'all, I've never had Grand Lux Cafe brunch. But if you have a Grand Lux Cafe, which is the sister company to the Cheesecake Factory, if you ever get a chance, go to Grand Lux Cafe for brunch because it is everything. And the pancakes were good, but the waffles, I don't know what the hell they put in there, but it was just so good. Like, as soon as you put it in your mouth, it was just on, like butter and popcorn. It was good. I loved it. Don't do that. I loved it. And the sausage was on point. Of course, the eggs was okay. But the bacon, everything was good. So shout out to the Grand Lux Cafe.
So I take it your plate was empty.
Huh? Of course. No, I couldn't eat everything. You know
what I'm trying to figure out?
What?
I'm trying to figure out why we're on the 3rd floor of your house, and I see your cat on the roof of that house.
In what house? Bitch, I don't see no cat. Oh yeah, I sure do. And that cat be up there all the time. But that cat don't live here. How you doing?
Are you sure? Because I think I've seen that cat in here.
I don't play with that cat. I kick that cat out. What are you doing in here? Get out.
Why is he in here?
Let me tell you about that cat. That's a nasty cat. But let me go back to the Cheesecake Factory.
I thought that was your cat.
No.
I've seen him in your house.
Bitch, I gotta go back to my store.
I have. I've seen him in here before. I have. I thought you did.
With the cheesecake. Did I say the Grand Lux Cafe? Bitch, you made me forget what I was about to say. No, bitch. Fuck Red Lobster. I haven't been there.
The waffle.
In almost 2 years. No, but the waffles were everything.
Remember that night we was in there when Beyonce pictures came out and then we talking about Whitney Houston and a few days later she died
the next day.
She sure did.
Because it was a Friday night.
Yes, she did. And we was in here talking about her that night. Because Brandon kept saying she was broke.
Like,
remember that day?
Because we was talking about the pictures.
We was talking about the pictures and I don't know how. Yes, because they're all. Yes.
But I was saying the reason why I eat everything is since I had that gallbladder surgery, it feel like I got gastric or something because I can't eat too much. I can eat enough and then that's it. But the food was everything. Go to Grand Lux Cafe. And how was your friends and family?
It was good. It was a nice turnout. Everybody looked nice in their white and orange. We had a good time.
That was the theme this year, white and orange? Mm-hmm. Okay. See, I would have come in there looking for food. And then, no.
Well, I mean, not the the visitors could have came, but you know, it was mostly for the members. But we had a good time. It was a great day. We had a good time. My pastor preached about unity, and then the afternoon pastor came and preached about the same thing. It was like, oh my god. But it was just an overall good day, like you know. And my pastor kind of singled me out during his sermon in the morning. Okay. Because that incident that happened, you know.
Oh, he was just like,
listen, don't you let nobody stop you from. And I felt good because he singled me out, but he singled me out in a good way. Like, you know, you keep doing what it is that God put you here to do. You know, you don't worry about what man or whoever else is, but I want y'all to come together, because you can't be working on something and then not speaking to each other. You know, that's not unity. That's not you know. It was a good sermon, and I appreciated it. We had a good time.
So if y'all watching the Scorpion Show for the first time, I want to say thank you for watching us. And if you have not clicked the subscribe button yet, we're sorry for tearing up these Jolly Ranchers. I need y'all to click
one more blue one. And are you sure that's not your cat?
That's the cat I threw out because a bitch comes to the 3rd floor and take a shit on the floor. Like, who does that?
A cat don't live here. I got no home training.
All the places where you can go take a dump. You want to come to my house on the 3rd floor.
And come to the 3rd floor. Who let him come to the front door? Let him up to the 3rd floor.
I said we're going to take that cat to Fairmount Park and let her out and just leave it there. But then again, she might find her way back. Because these cats do not do that. Yes.
To this house.
Yes.
Because this is where they all live at.
So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And shout out to all the graduates and the people that's going on their proms. Thank you for sending those photos in. Y'all been sending the photos in all weekend. So I think I got enough for the rest of this month for the graduates and the people going on their prom. And believe it or not, 18 years ago, I went on my high school prom. No, it was 2002, bitch. I'm old. 15 years ago, I went on my senior prom today, May 23rd, 2002. Yeah. That was a long time ago, and I had a good time. Shout out to Salima, who was my prom date. So let's get into this video. It's a lot going on. Y'all know we've been recapping this Monique thing that's been going on with her husband, Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels. So I was looking at some of the comments. A lot of y'all disagree with what Mikhail said and things like that. But I'm gonna get into with what Monique was just talking about. It's not that deep, it's not that serious, but
they disagree with me because she came out and said something, but a week or two ago they were all for me. It's whatever. This is why I don't read the comments, because I know how it's
well, you know, sometimes they're gonna agree, sometimes
oh no, you know I don't care.
Oh my god.
No, I don't care. I'm just saying, it is what it is, you know? I mean, ignorant is bliss, and anyone who condones Monique's behavior just shows me that they're just as ignorant as she is. You know?
You know what? I really understand where she's coming from, but sometimes I think
I
that
understand
she's
where
not
she's coming from too.
Yeah.
But there's a right way
and a wrong way
to do it. I can't go to work and go to any director in my building where I work on any unit and cuss them out and tell them to suck my dick because they did something I didn't like. Because what's going to happen is my boss is going to tell me, Mikhail, I totally understand how you feel, but there's a right way and a wrong way. And because you did it the wrong way, you're fired. It doesn't matter. We all understand how she feels. I understand wholeheartedly how she feels. I agree with her. Oprah should have informed her about her parents coming on her show. And I don't believe that Oprah didn't know. Like you said, that's Oprah Winfrey's show. Don't tell me you don't know who the guests are on your show. You know. But Monique telling Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels to suck her dick was wrong. Point blank period. That was wrong. You don't do that.
So
you just don't do that.
She did a I can't remember the name of the girl, but I think her name was Yvette something. She did an interview with this girl, and it was a really good interview. And I do understand where Monique is coming from, but I still just felt like that was just not the time and the place to do that because
what, the interview or what she said?
No, the things that she said, and you know she has a lot of reason on why she does what she do, and that's fine. But I just didn't feel like the stage was the right way to do it, and the problems that you had with them, they could have been hashed out a different way because that looks bad on her.
What is Monique teaching her children? How to respond to things when they don't go her way?
To stand up. I believe that Monique is teaching her children to stand up for themselves. Now Monique did it the comedy way on stage by, you know, telling her stories that way. I don't agree with it being done that way. I feel like if they had a problem, she could have. Maybe she could have talked about it, but not with the suck my dick stuff. Just talk about how, you know, how tough it is for you in this industry when you want to do things your way, and then you have people telling you cannot do them that way. She's just I believe that Monique is a fighter. Monique wants things done the way her and her husband want them to be done.
But this isn't her husband's world.
And if they can't get their way, then they'll just keep moving on and do something that works for them. That's what I believe, but she believes that she needs more power. They like to be in control, they like power, and they want things done their way.
Let me tell you something. Let Monique and her husband die today or tomorrow, and Hollywood is still going to keep running. People are still going to keep going to comedy shows, and they're still going to keep going to the movies. This is not Monique and her husband's world. Let me die today or tomorrow, and you're going to keep right on going with this show. Because I don't shop this show. Monique and her husband have to realize that it's not always about them. And it's okay to stand up for yourself. But you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to have principle and merit, and you can't be rude and disrespectful when you're standing up for yourself. There's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. And when you do it certain ways now, comedy, whatever, okay, fine. If you want to do it the comedy route sometimes is not always the best route. But because Monique and her husband live in this world that they think that everything should go their way, again, let them die today or tomorrow and see how things keep going on. Things are going to keep going on, with or without them. So they need to learn how to humble themselves. And I'm not telling them that they need to just kiss people's ass and just do what people say. No. But if you want to make an impact, if you want to make a stance, you do it in a way that people hear you, but it doesn't come off disrespectful. Prime example, the show Joan and Betty. That's on TV about, Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. I can't remember which movie studio it was. But years ago, it's not like how it is today. Movie studios like Warner Brothers and United Artists, they literally owned the actors.
Yeah, they had them stuck
under contract. They owned them. Betty Davis, I'm going to say Warner Brothers. Now, I could be wrong. It could be another company. But I'm going to just say Warner Brothers. Let's just say Betty Davis was signed under Warner Brothers. Betty Davis did not like what was going on at Warner Brothers when it pertained to her getting roles. She felt like she wasn't getting the best roles. And she felt like people, the higher-ups at Warner Brothers were not fighting to give her the best roles. So she did this boycott. And she left Warner Brothers. And at the time, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. And she did lose quite a few jobs. But she made a stance in a way that said, listen, I am not going to tolerate the way I'm being treated at this company, so I'm going to move on. Olivia de Havilland, the same thing. She did it, and you know what happened? After she did it, things started to change in the studios. They started to change for these female actors. And this is what Monique should be doing. Rather than telling people to suck her dick, she should be going out and fighting, but fighting in a way that I'm going to make a change. And I'm going to make a change, so I'm not just making a change for myself, but for all the black actors that's coming after me. It's nothing wrong with doing it that way. But I feel like it's everything wrong with telling people to suck your dick, especially people higher up than you.
Alright, now I'm going to go back to what you're saying in a second. Now, she went on to do a...
and I feel like there's something in my news.
She talked about Tyler Perry giving her a phone call and how she spoke to Tyler Perry and she spoke to Medea. She didn't really get into it. Medea. She really didn't get into...
Why would he put her on? Why? See, everybody, they're not taking this stuff serious. But they're not taking this serious.
So, I don't know how they ended the phone call, but they came to an understanding. So, she doesn't have a beef with Tyler Perry, but she did say that she was going to talk about it on her shows and, and stuff like that about the phone call that they had. And I guess things are smoothed over, so I don't know where it's going to go, but I feel like after all of these years, if they could have just ended in a simple phone call, she should have did that a year ago before she got on stage talking like that. And going back to what you were saying about the people that was that were boycotting their industries, I feel like Monique is not in that power to do stuff like that yet. Like, she can say stuff.
I thought you thought she was.
No.
Because last week I was saying that she wasn't. And I thought you were saying
I didn't say that she was. I never said that. I never said that. Monique is not in that position. You have to be somebody that's like making a whole lot of money in a movie to be like, well, what about the little people? Because these movie companies could be like, we don't give a damn, we'll put Monique in a movie or not. It has to be somebody in power that's always in movies. Like, let's say like a Meryl Streep take a stand and say something. It would have much more power to it. Or now, like when people hear Viola Davis speak, a lot of people listen to what she has to say. And she does speak a lot, and she talks about the difficulties of how it is to just get roles in Hollywood.
Taraji P. Henson too.
Yeah.
But they do it in a professional and classy way.
But in this industry, like Monique is so 7 years ago or 10 years ago when she won that Oscar, Like, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, they don't like, well, what has she done? They're going to think of it as, what have you done for us lately? We don't need you. And, you know, but I still love her work, and I love her.
I love how you said Viola Davis, because I didn't even think about her. Her and Taraji, you know, whenever they win awards, you always hear them talk about, you know, black women and, you know, empowering. And I feel like that is how I see Monique. The same way they're doing it. And Taraji and Viola, they have worked their way up. Taraji said she went to Hollywood with $700 in her pocket and her toddler son. And she worked her way up from baby boy to being a presenter at the Oscars. She worked her way up. And then she did it with class. It was not always easy for Taraji P. Henson. I know it wasn't always easy. We all know that. Neither was it for Viola Davis. But they worked their way up and they did it with class. And they didn't just come out and just say, oh, well, F this person and F that person because I didn't get this or I didn't get this role or things didn't go my way. They kept fighting. They kept fighting, and they did it in a way that whenever they won an award, they spoke. And they spoke with such elegance, and they spoke with such passion, and when they spoke, you listened to them. And it wasn't them, whenever they spoke, downgrading or berating somebody, you know, who didn't, you know, they just said, listen, you know, it's, you know, we're thankful and it's about time this is happening, but we got a lot of work to do, and we're going to keep on working. And it's been a hard journey, but we're going to keep on working. That's how you should do it. You know, I mean, that's how you should do it. I get angry all the time. And sometimes when I get upset with certain people in certain situations, I get upset with myself afterwards because I'm like, I should not have done it that way or said it that way. And I just don't understand people when they agree with stuff like that. Like, I don't know how people can agree with how Monique did that. We all agree that what she was saying, you know, she's right in what she was saying, but the way she went about it was wrong. And I just don't understand how people agree with the way she went about it. That's not, because I guarantee you those same people who agree with her wouldn't dare go to their jobs and do nothing like that. They wouldn't dare, because then they wouldn't have a job. Like Monique. Well, I wouldn't say like her, but they wouldn't have a job. She has it a little bit easier because she's a stand-up comedy and she can fall back on her comedy side. But a lot of people wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't dare go to work. And there's several people in my job that I would like to tell them to suck my dick. But I wouldn't dare do that because I wouldn't have a job.
So, I had a chance to watch some of the Billboard Music Awards. I feel like I am just all lost when it comes to this music. I feel so lost. Like, when I think about, like, when I started this YouTube thing, we had a bunch of music topics. It was people actually to debate about. Like Rihanna and Sierra and Beyonce and Janet and freaking everybody, Usher, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown. It was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. Now I feel like music is like, to me, it's at a standstill. I don't care about nobody's music like that. And music just freaking sucks. And they was hyping up this girl, Camila Cabello, whatever. And she was from the group Fifth Harmony. It was like the solo debut. Now remember how back in 2003 Beyonce had like her little solo debut at the BET Awards, and it was everything, bitch. I still remember it. And she had her name in the white lights, and she laid on top of it, all of that stuff. Now this girl Camila Cabello, I watched her and they hyped her up, and I just didn't get the performance. I didn't get the song. I just felt like she just left Fifth Harmony, found out she left Fifth Harmony and stuff. But it wasn't what I was expecting. Bitch, she got one more time. You know, it just wasn't, it just didn't do it for me. And then I seen that, everybody been talking about this K-pop, and then I seen a K-pop artist, they beat out the big names. But I'll tell you one thing, you know who did do it for me? Celine Dion. Celine Dion sang Titanic. And Cher came out and sang Turn Back Time and Believe. And it was like, Cher, bitch.
Well, how did Celine Dion sing Titanic?
I mean, you know what I meant, my heart will go on. The theme from Titanic. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing that song 20 years ago.
You couldn't.
Couldn't go nowhere.
To think it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, it don't feel like 20 years ago. But
the hell it
is. So,
it feels like it.
She was beautiful. Her dress was everything. Cher, her body. Whoever does her work.
You
It's
are
amazing.
trying Cher.
Well, and her face. Well, whoever is that.
Did you know Cher's mother is still living, and Cher's mother looks good.
I didn't see
She's
it.
like 87. Oh my God.
Well,
Cher's mom is still
young because Cher's 71.
Yeah, her mom did have her young. Her mom had her real young.
Yeah, Cher.
But her mom was like, I'm gonna show you her mom, but keep talking.
Yeah, Cher just looked amazing. Of course, she did her little. You know, who cares about if she sang live or not? She did that. Cher, and to come back out and to do turn back time and the same.
That is her mother.
Cheekbones. Yes.
That's her mother.
Word, bitch. Bitch, whoever they go to.
Okay, don't do it. They gotta share his
They look
mom.
amazing. They look amazing. But yeah, and Drake won all these awards. I heard he broke the record. They've been saying he broke the record. Now, okay, Janet fans keep saying that, oh my God, like in 1990, Janet won 15 Billboard Music Awards.
Who cares?
Don't do that. Because if Beyonce did that, then you'd be okay. And then the fans
You know
are
what?
saying that.
At this point, I don't care anymore. Because Beyonce is Beyonce.
Yeah.
That's Beyonce. You can't argue with that.
No,
It doesn't matter if she wins one award. Did she? I don't think she won any awards last night, did she?
No, she won a couple awards.
Well, I didn't watch. I didn't care.
I mean, it's the Billboard Music Awards. It's not like it's the Grammys.
Yeah, I didn't care.
But the Billboard Awards back in the day used to be fun. It's not fun to me. They drag these shows out. Nicki Minaj did a great performance of her song. I really liked her opening up the show. And of course, she did some of them. This is whatever. But Drake got all of these Billboard Music Awards. So the Janet fans are like, oh my God, they trying to erase Janet's legacy and stuff like that. I've been seeing some stuff that Janet matters. Of course, we all know that Janet Jackson matters, just like, you know, everybody that comes from the R&B pop field, just of our black music artists. They do matter, but we don't see those shows recognizing them all the time. Like, I've never seen like a Billboard show pay a tribute to Dionne Warwick or Patti LaBelle or Gladys Knight. We don't see them do that. The only people we see doing that is our people, like BET. How many times can we keep giving them different honors, but you know what? Keep giving them goddamn flop. Because, I mean, if it ain't the BET Awards, it's the BET Legacy Show, or it's just the honorary show. What's that BET? BET Honors and stuff like that. Like, that BET got so many different award shows. Black Girls Rock. Those are the ones that's giving out all these different awards to the same artists. Like, we don't forget our people. But now we don't see the other shows like the Grammys. We don't see the American Music Award. We don't see them do that. Like, you'll get like an artistic award. You know, Beyonce got one. Janet got one. Rihanna has one.
Let me ask you a question. The whole upset about Janet and Drake was...
So they saying that Janet won 15 in the night, and they trying to say that, oh, it never happened.
Who's trying to say that?
They trying to say that Billboard making it... They trying to make it seem like Billboard just erased Janet from the history of winning so many awards. From what I've seen on YouTube, and from what I've seen, Janet won 8 in one night. She won 8, not 15. She won 8. But they're saying that there's other categories that they never talked about where she won 15. They keep using this picture. This one
Who's that?
picture.
These Janet fans?
Yes, it's just this one picture I keep seeing everywhere. And I'm like, no. I don't trust that. And it's not that I don't trust it, it's just that why would Billboard go out of their way to say, you know what, no, Janet never existed, right. and because they were saying that other artists had broken this record, like he broke Adele's record. They were saying Adele had the record. Now, before it was the Billboard Music Awards, like a big thing, there was the Billboard Year End Awards, and they gave out the same awards they do now. But it wasn't like it was the award show and all of that stuff. So Janet won 6 of those before. But they always start with 1989 until where we are now. So it's not like they like, oh, Janet never won these awards. Yes, she has about 17 Billboard Awards. Okay. Congratulations. Like, I don't know, but we need to be worrying about other stuff. Like, did y'all get y'all tickets for the show? Are y'all getting other people to go to the show?
Whose show?
Janet's show. Like, I just don't want them to be arguing about Billboard. Which, you know how many awards Janet Jackson has in her show? In her house? Come on, y'all. We gotta get it together.
That's why I don't care about those awards that come to Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce got too many.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would like an
22
award.
Grammys. I'm waiting for her to get an Oscar. So speaking of Beyonce over the weekend, she had an African themed push party for the twins. And it was a star-studded event. And I just want to say that one day before I turn 40, I would love to attend a Beyonce themed party, whether it's a birthday party, a wedding party, just a party because it's Black History Month. I want to be there because it seems like Beyonce is throwing a party every 5 weeks or every 3 weeks.
Well, listen, when you got the cash, you can do that.
Of course, yes. I mean, her party seems like they fucking pop. And you know what? You don't hear not one bad thing about that party.
And who doesn't want to go to a Beyonce and Jay-Z party?
Bitch, I want to go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, hello. Look at all that money they got.
Yeah.
They're spending money from Survivor days.
And everybody just looks so nice. They had their hair wrapped on. Everybody was just in this little area. And Miss Tina, I just want to have a drink with Miss Tina. You can't tell her nothing. She had a couple drinks that night and she got it on. I love that picture.
She needs to talk to Miss Evelyn. Miss Evelyn needs to talk to her. Tina said Matthew who?
I love it. I love it. It's just Beyonce, y'all do your thing. I wonder if they're gonna get their children African names. Now that's something. Maybe that was why they had that theme. I don't know, but it was just an amazing thing to see. And it looked like somebody had a drone flying over and taking pictures. And I don't think y'all should be doing that because those drones is a little bit too private. I mean, too bringing the people pertinent space when you know Miss Tina going to put them on Instagram anyway. What?
Well, corny joke.
I ain't here to tell a joke but Miss Tina, you better fucking get it. As long as you can give it, you better get it.
As long as he's giving it, you better get it, okay? As long as that horse is still shooting out. As long as that horse is still running around that track, you better hop on it, okay? And you better hop on it until that horse says, I'm tired, okay?
So, Miss Tina, you did that. Just shout out to you. And shout out to everybody that went to the party. And speaking of Destiny's Child, right? I don't know when it's going to happen, but I really want to see them back together. And we haven't talked about this, but Tanitra Michelle Williams has been fucking slaying these Instagram shoots. And I love them. I don't know what's going on. Is she about to get a modeling contract or something? Is she trying to get a modeling contract? But Michelle, you've been looking amazing. And I mean, all the different bright colors and it just pop with your, it's just everything. I don't know where this Michelle has been at or who this stylist is. I think his name Jay Stylin Bolin or Stylist Bolin or something. I don't know. But he's doing an amazing job with you and don't ever get rid of him. Don't ever get rid of him. You look amazing. And Brandy might be pregnant. That's a lie. Brandy is not pregnant. Brandy says she's not pregnant. I haven't talked to her to discuss that, and I won't, but
I don't think he's talked to her to discuss anything.
I mean, it's a rumor, and it was funny. I mean, it's not funny, but she put on her thing, bitch, I eat too much food or whatever. Because when she was with us a couple weeks ago, she didn't look pregnant at all. She was amazing, too. And her Roxy, she did a great job. And she posted she posted an unflattering photo of her belly. And everyone was just like, oh my God, she's pregnant. And let me tell you something. If Brandy and this guy don't stop what they doing on this Instagram, she might be pregnant. Because he is just in every photo kissing and licking and I don't know what's going on. But Brandy's daughter let it be known. No, my mother's not pregnant and I like being the only child. Thank you, God.
I know that's right.
So she's not here for this.
Well.
So Brandy is not pregnant. Katy Perry. I seen her on Saturday Night Live over the weekend. And I hated the finale with The Rock. It was wet. But Katy Perry is now reminding me of Miley Cyrus. And it just must be spoken about. And we know that a couple weeks ago, even though we didn't discuss it, Miley Cyrus was just saying like how she's over that whole urban image thing. And she just don't like it anymore. And she wants to be herself. And she was just using people and doing that shock value to get her name out there. Now she wants to be this sweet, innocent girl. It's just like, it's okay to be y'all for a second, but I don't really want to be y'all. I just want to use y'all. And it seems like
I wonder where we've seen that at.
Where did I read it? She didn't say it, but that's what I'm saying. Oh.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh.
I said I wonder where we've seen that at.
Well, we see it all the time. Every old artist or all these young artists, when they change, they come up, they start working with the urban producers, get that urban sound, take pictures with them, and forget about them after they win an award or they get that notoriety, and it's just over with. And I'm just not here for it, Miley. I'm not here for your whole thing. I'll never buy any of your music anymore. Because I bought Bangers and I liked it. I ain't buy that other shit she had, but that was a free album. But Katy Perry, I feel like Katy Perry is doing the same thing right now. And it started happening with the previous album that came out a couple years ago. Now, Katy Perry, she's got all the drag queens. We already seen that many times. With the drag queens performing with her, the new sound. She's looking like the old Miley Cyrus that wanted to be the black Miley Cyrus. Katy Perry, I see you doing all of that stuff. And I'm just not impressed with the music or the sound. And she's going on tour.
I wish I knew who these people were that you're talking about.
You know Katy Perry.
I have no clue.
I'm just not feeling a Katy Perry.
You and Justin Timberlake.
I'm
Justin
trying to go. I mean, they all get the same look.
Okay.
But Justin Bieber never, like, you know, tried to be.
I want them to go away like Lindsay Lohan did. She went away and she got saved.
She got community
and now
service.
she's out in a different. She don't even live in this country anymore. She's no other country. She's doing
and she's doing communities, not
community, not humanitarian work.
Yeah, community.
And she don't want to come back over here.
Well, that's
she likes it over there. And I forget. I think what was she on? Was she on The View? She was on one of these shows. I think it was The View.
The View.
And she was just talking about, you know, how she just was so happy that she was able to, you know, be put in a place that she's put in there where she's able to meet with other people and just help them. And it's like, that's good for her. It's good for her. Like, she's not out here doing dumb shit. Like, Lindsay Lohan and I are the same. Wait. She is much older and she's doing things that, you know,
you're probably a couple of months apart.
You don't tell Lady's age. She's doing things that she's supposed to. Exactly, a fair track. Okay. And I was about 5 when that came out.
Probably older. Fair Trap is a good movie. A good remake. I've never seen the original.
You've never seen the original with Haley Mills?
No. And guess what else?
And I used to always think that Haley Mills was a twin too, but she wasn't. She was one person.
Same thing. Don't curse me out, y'all. But guess what movie I watched for the first time? And I ain't watched the whole thing though, but I watched the majority of it. Waiting to Exhale. And let me tell you something. The soundtrack to that movie is amazing. The whole storyline with all the 4 women and all the shit that they went through is amazing. And let me tell you something.
I just trying to figure out where he's
been
for the past 22 years.
Don't judge me.
The past 22 years. I remember, what was it? The 15th anniversary when I took him to go see Titanic, because he had never seen that either. I don't think you've ever seen E.T.
Probably as a kid. It's not my. I never liked science. Science fiction is not my thing.
Science fiction is nobody's thing, but it's E.T.
But you know what?
That's a classic. Everybody's seen E.T.
I like Alf.
What?
I liked Alf.
Nobody watched Alf.
I did.
I couldn't understand what was going on. I couldn't understand if the Alf was a figment of the doctor's imagination or what.
I don't know, but that was my show.
Wasn't the guy? Wasn't the old guy the only one that could talk to him, or was everybody else able to talk to Alf? I thought it was just the old guy that was able to talk to him.
I don't know.
What was Alf?
He was an alien. He was something.
At first, I thought he was an aardvark.
An aardvark?
Aardvark, like Arthur.
I don't know what Alf.
You call it an aardvark, I call it an aardvark.
It's an acronym for Alf. I mean, it don't feel like it's 8 o'clock.
You used to watch Alf, but you never saw E.T.
I've seen E.T. like as a kid. E.T. is not my thing.
Poltergeist?
From 95? The movie from like the 70s?
It didn't come out in the 70s. It came out in the 80s. When the little girl was in front of the TV.
Oh, no, bitch.
No. You never saw Poltergeist?
Listen, all these old ass movies I probably seen.
No, you didn't probably see because movies like that you will remember seeing. Those are classics. You don't just dismiss Poltergeist.
Like I've seen Pet Cemetery. Don't really remember what it's about.
Nobody
I know
I've
seen.
We've all seen that.
I know I've seen The
Have you ever seen Cool
Exorcist.
Joe?
Don't remember what it's about. That bitch. That's an old school one.
Have you ever seen it?
And don't know. It's not a movie I sit there and watch. No. But how did we get into these movies?
Well, you know what? It's true because he knows all about music, but he knows nothing about movies. Okay, I'm the one you come to for movies.
Yeah, I don't really like. No.
I can't see. He can listen to music and stuff. I can't listen to that. I don't have no radios on in my car. I don't listen to any of that. It's all movies that I'm into, and great documentaries like the one on Netflix.
Yeah,
called The
Keepers. Now, bitch, now let me tell you something. I put this halfway in my sleep on episode 2. Okay. Let me ask you, did she say that he was telling her to suck his thing?
And the Holy Spirit come, and
she said you could swallow or something like that.
It was like the Holy Spirit, and it was like the Holy Spirit. Because he was trying to let her taste.
I knew I heard that, and I said
the priest was telling her that.
Yeah,
yeah. Because he was trying to tell her, the whole everything had to do with the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Everything was the Holy Spirit, and it's so sad because these girls are really that naive and stupid, even in high school. But then again, a lot of them are.
You got to teach it, and at that time, sex wasn't the topic that was just
discussed, and that's why a lot of people ended up the way they ended up because sex just was so taboo and it wasn't discussed. And I'm trying to figure out, well, then how did you think we got here?
I can't believe that he told her that, and she was okay with it. She's just like, I'm just like, what?
You said you didn't finish episode 2?
Not yet.
Episode 2 is that's the episode that she be like, bitch, oh my god.
Yeah, because I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yeah, you need to start over on episode 2 because that's the episode you cannot miss.
Episode 1 was the part that really really sucked me in.
Yes, and that's when you know it's gonna be good because I'm like, wait, what happened to her?
Yes.
Because you thinking like, wait a minute, because in the beginning, because episode 1 you don't have a clue of who did it until like the last 5 minutes of episode 1. You like, wait a minute, maybe this person, because you're thinking like, if y'all didn't see it, you need to see it. Okay,
it's about a nun who was killed back in 1969 in Baltimore, like a suburb of Baltimore, Maryland, and they're doing this investigation and talking to a bunch of people who were alive back at that time.
But it's actually her students because her killer was not found, and so the students that she had at the time, they are actually they're like in their 60s or whatever, and they're actually trying to reopen the case and trying to find out, who killed their teacher because this was like their favorite.
Yeah, and it was a cover up. They saying that
it was a cover up. It was definitely a cover up. It was a cover up, and I do believe that guy has everything to do with it. I do because she started asking questions, and it's so sad when stuff like that happens. And she was so young, and she had her whole life ahead of her. It's so sad, but I do believe that somebody, because like they said, when that person kills her and brought her car back to her apartment, that was somebody who knew her. Somebody who knew her. Like, you don't just take somebody's car and then take it back to their, come on. No, nobody gonna do nothing like that.
So if y'all The Keepers, this is a 10-episode series. You guys gotta watch it.
It's on Netflix. Yes.
And I did watch that documentary Mikhail was talking about the
Witness?
Yeah, The Witness. The Witness. That was a good documentary.
I told you, I know.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you see the part with the son?
Yeah, I seen it, and I was over.
And everybody was hit. Thank you, everybody who watched it, because they all hit me up. Was like, that son was out of fucking control.
And why I see it past it?
And Bert Harry, because I wouldn't sit in his church. That's for sure. He does need to go because he wouldn't sit under me. I wouldn't sit under him.
Yeah, and if I was a part of his congregation, I would have to.
He was just so smug. Like, well, how do we know? Like, well, and then with the part when he threw the race card in there, because we heard that your sister was calling my dad all kinds of racist. Oh, come on with that bullshit. And the guy was sitting there so confused, like,
with no legs.
With
like a mob. I'm in a mob. Really?
What am I gonna do? Chase after you? I don't have no legs. And he really don't have no legs. But he got around. And he drove.
Sure did.
And here I am complaining that my feet hurt.
And that man went to war for our country.
Yeah, and lost his legs. And he's fighting to find out who killed. Well, he knows who killed his sister, but he's trying to figure out why and why nobody helped his sister at that time. And then the killer's son had the nerves to come and well, we heard that your sister was racist, and she was saying, "Oh no, you didn't hear anything like that. You didn't hear nothing like that. You're just trying to make excuses for your piss poor excuse of a father." who was just going around killing people for the hell of it.
Yes.
And then like the guy said, well, you know, this, that, and the third, but the other lady he killed was black. You know what I mean? Like, come on with the bullshit.
And he's not going to change at 70. Come on now.
Who?
The guy and the father, and especially the letter.
The father's dead.
Like, he wasn't dead at that.
He died. Yeah, he died. The father died.
He was writing letters during that documentary.
Yeah, he was, but he died. He eventually died.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I had nothing good. He killed that girl for no fucking reason, and that other lady too. He killed them for no reason.
And then he came back and stabbed her
again.
Nobody came. All because somebody yelled. Nobody came back. He went and killed her. And with all of those screams, all them people in New York ought to be ashamed of themselves because nobody came out their apartment to do nothing.
Right, to do nothing. The hell with looking out the window. Nobody came out there to do anything.
Yeah.
To help that girl.
And once the lady got down there, she was already dying.
Yeah, her neighbor.
Yeah.
But that's because the neighbor, because somebody told her, like, you know, your friend is out here, she's been stabbed, so she ran out there, whatever the case may be. But that's a shame. Like, by the time they got to her, she was already dying. That's not right.
Yeah, it's a lot of good things on Netflix. So yeah, it's been, you know, the thing with Ariana Grande. I feel really horrible for her right now. Yesterday she had a show in Manchester, England at the Manchester Arena. She's on her Dangerous Woman tour. And I believe, you know, after the show, while people were being let out, a suicide bomber detonated his device. And he ended up killing 22 people and injured dozens of other people.
Now let me just say this, because I saw today that they arrested a bomber. So I'm trying to figure out if it was a suicide bomber or was it...
It was a suicide bomber because they found his body.
Where? It blew up.
I was watching MSNBC last night, and the guy, what's his name, Malcolm Nance, you know, he knows everything. He was just saying, like, you can tell what type of bomb it is based on how the way the body is blown up.
Oh yeah, definitely. If the bomb is on them.
Yeah. He was saying like different body pieces goes in different areas, but they did find the body. They was able to identify who he was, and at that time we found out it was like 19 people. Now today, it was 22 people who died. And just looking at the videos of how horrified the people was, I thought that a bomb went off inside the arena because it was so many people in there just yelling and screaming and just trying to get out. And I wouldn't know what I would do if I was ever in that. I don't ever want to be in that situation. But it was just a horrible situation. And, from what we're learning is that these what you call them, terrorists, they want to do like mass killings, and they want to cause confusion by not only just setting the bombs off, but by people crushing and killing each other, just trying to get out. And what they want to do, or what they're trying to do, is have one person suicide bomb from one area, and while they're running out to the other area, and then set it off again, and just create just like
all this mass confusion. It's
just a mess in the world that we live in. But we cannot let things like this stop us from living our everyday life. And I feel like if all these countries need to get together and really, like Donald Trump said like a long time ago, bomb the shit out of ISIS.
Yeah.
Get all of them.
And bomb the shit out of them.
What are y'all doing?
Bomb the shit out of them.
How many different countries got to keep suffering these attacks? Or wait till it happens? We got to wait till it happens here?
Let me tell you something. It wasn't ISIS.
Yeah, they saying it wasn't ISIS.
No. ISIS is
they claim responsibility.
But what I'm talking about has nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is, it wasn't ISIS that attacked us on 9/11. It was Al Qaeda. But baby, we don't need another 9/11 because what happened to us on that day was unfucking believable. And I hate to use the term that they got us good, but they got us good.
And they told us how they was going to do it.
And they told us how they were going to do it. And we didn't believe them. And they were here all summer long of 2001 training how to fly planes down in Florida. All summer long. Training how to fly planes in Florida. All summer long. And then on 9/11, they said, okay, we got enough experience. We're going to take over. And all fucking summer long. And they did tell us. They did tell us. They told us they were going to get us. They didn't say when, they didn't say how, but they said we're going to get y'all. We didn't get y'all in 93. We're going to get y'all in 2001. Remember they tried to bring those buildings down in 93.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
It only killed like 6 people.
6 people, yeah. Or they got us. They said we couldn't get y'all from the basement. We're gonna get y'all from the air. They got us.
That's
those buildings down.
Yeah. So it's just like it was so bad that Ariana Grande also had to just cancel the rest of the European tour,
which is understandable.
Yeah, it's just feel so horrible.
Yeah, that's understandable.
She's like I'm lost for words. I really don't know what to say.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing: her life is about to change. Like she's about to be big, and I know that's not what it's about, but it's a reason for everything, and I just feel bad that it happened to her, because now she could be thinking like, oh my God, you know, why did I have to have a concert on this night? But it wasn't her fault.
It had nothing to do with her.
It was the people playing that we were going to get children, and they knew it was a bunch of kids. Like they were probably aiming to kill children, because they know Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I mean, she's young.
Yeah, that's hard.
I was listening to one mother on CNN last night, and she was just talking to Don Lemon, and I mean the whole interview she was in tears because she didn't know where her daughter was at. Her daughter had went to the concert with her friend, and she had no clue where her daughter was, and she just kept saying, you know, I just hope that she's all right, you know, I just hope. And I think at one point she said she hopes that her daughter is hurt rather than dead, you know, because this way she knows she's still alive. But it was just so sad, like, you don't want to be, like, I don't know, I'm not a parent, so I don't know what it's like to have your child go to a concert and then you don't know where they are at. And the mother kept saying, you know, when she comes through this door, she's not leaving back out of my sight. And that's all she just kept saying, like, she can't leave back out of my sight because I can't have something like this happen again to her, you know, and then I'm not there with her. It's sad. Like, come on. And then I saw today that the youngest was 8 years old.
Yeah, yeah. And somebody's grandfather was also killed because they were saying like he was like leaving like just waiting for them, like
waiting for them outside.
Yeah.
When it happened, wow.
It's terrible.
Yeah, this is my hearts and prayers with those people, all of those people affected, the families. Yeah, it's just sad because when stuff like that happens, it doesn't matter what part of the world it happens in. When it happens, it affects all of us because it could happen to any of us. I could see if America didn't experience terrorism. But we experienced it on the most extreme level on September 11th. So we know what it's like to be attacked. So.
We know what it's like with September 11th, and we know what it's like last year at Pulse.
Yes.
With
just terrorism, please.
Shot and killed.
And at Oklahoma City, like we know what it's like to be attacked. You know, so it's like when it affects one part of the world, it affects all of us because it could literally happen anywhere in the world. You have these copycat killers who see what happened over there and feel like, oh, I don't do the same thing. They be
inspired. Like it don't even really be ISIS. They be ISIS inspired.
It be people who don't have sex, perverts, nerds,
or lonely people, and just
that's what it be.
And
people who sit in their room all day wanking their penis on the computer.
And you ain't joined them yet?
Who? Don't you play with me? I was about to say you.
Bitch, where?
I'm saying this door do be locked a lot.
Yeah, I don't play nobody just walking up in my room.
Well, listen. My mom used to always tell me, you don't lock no doors in here if you don't pay no bills.
Well, I pay bills, I can lock them.
Well, you don't pay them all, so keep them locked. Okay. Up here. And you know what's so funny? Me and my sister didn't have no lock on our door.
Really?
No. The only locks that was on the door was the bathroom door and my mom and dad's room. My sister and I didn't have no locks on our doors.
What?
No. Are you kidding me? My mom and dad was serious. You don't lock no doors up in here. The closest you're going to lock a door in this house is closing your room door. That's as close as you're going to get to locking it. Okay.
Well, parents out there, if you
that's old school. Now, if your kids got a lock today, you better rethink what's going on.
Somebody might change it.
Because my mom used to always tell me, and she used to tell us, and then she would always tell other people, every so often I go in my kids' room and start checking and looking around, seeing what the fuck is in there. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because that's how you got these kids making bombs and shit in their room, and their parents don't have a clue. Why? Because their kids is locking them out of their rooms and their house. Oh, I didn't know he was making a bomb in there. Because you didn't go in there. You know why you didn't go in there? Because he has a lock on his door.
See, I was so high tech that back in the day, you had those cameras that set up on your computer where the motion sensor on it, and if somebody opened my door, it'd record
what was going on. See, you wouldn't have that in my house.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't have that in my house.
Because I wouldn't know, because see, you know, when you're teenagers, you know, people like to come up in there still.
And sometimes it's not the other teenagers, though. Sometimes it's the adults.
Well, see, thank God not in my house. No adult stole from me.
Oh.
Only one time, and that's a long time ago. I'll talk about it in the book one day. But
I think was it
who? Yes.
It don't fail, do it? It don't,
And I bring it up every now and then.
and I bet you nigga mad, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. All right, you ain't gotta keep fucking bringing that up. I do. Did you catch him on the motion sensor thing?
Oh no. Oh, I caught Jeremy going in there. My mom going in there. She looked around, closed the door. I said, no, not Amber. More Jeremy, more than anybody.
More Jeremy, more than anybody. You always catch him.
Why was you in my room? I wasn't in your room.
I wasn't in your room.
I don't know, bitch. I got it on tape. You were in my room.
What the fuck was you here for, bro?
Yeah, and why were you in my? Never mind. Don't do that. I'm not gonna do that today. But yeah,
Well,
back in the day, I was good at that. Gadgets. This is like maybe 2001, 2002. Yeah.
doing what?
Huh? No. Oh, not on that. And I want you to forget when you go downstairs. Because you know how you grab your things and go downstairs.
Baby! Oh my God! I can see me now, Jeremy. Why would you? What? What are you talking about? That'd be a whole new argument.
But that's not even nothing to argue about.
That'd be a whole new argument. Why'd you say that? And I'll be getting right in my car when I'm flying. Bye!
That was a
You know,
long
I'm good
time
for that.
Yeah, but you know who was a good thief? Charles. Back in the day.
Don't say that too loud because ironically it might be
Charles. So what? What you gonna
tell-
tell? Because you
you
know
tell
it's a lie.
everything.
I mean, it's the truth.
Tell everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they was on YouTube talking about you. Yeah.
You know that's my name. Okay?
It's up.
What the fuck?
I meant, well.
I'll tell you something too. Yes. Yes. And I always. What? You let me tell you something. Inspector Gadget don't miss a fucking beat. I don't miss a beat.
Now, which one?
I'm about to show you. Oh, I'm about to show you.
Oh, yeah, we getting a little bit too personal right now.
I'm about to show you.
But sure,
I'm trying to wait until. No. But yeah, that fucking one distribution, you already fucking girl, I'll bust your fucking bubble, okay? You don't want to fuck with me. Okay? Because I'll read you like a book cover to cover. And I won't miss a page. Yeah. I saw her one day. Who did I leave that? I think she was in with us. Wait, you know what? I'll send it to what's her name. Come on, are we done this?
I think we done.
No, we're not. Are we done?
Yeah, we done.
Yeah.
I think I went over everything. I'm going to talk about Richard Collins III on Thursday. I don't want to talk about him. Like, there's too much bad news. And I don't need YouTube flagging all my videos for talking about stuff that's going on. What they say? Trump expected to hire attorney Mark Kansowitz to represent him regarding Russian inquiry and an administration
he's getting an attorney now, huh?
close to Trump say, "Oh yeah, Trump, you're going down. I don't know when you're going, but you're going." And we're going to have to say President Pence. At this point, yeah, he's bad, but anybody but Trump. And we're going to go.
We're going to go.
Y'all have a good week. Enjoy the next. We'll see you in 2 days. We'll see y'all.
Take a little time to enjoy the video.
The video. Hey, wait.
What?
10 years ago today, the infamous cat fight between Rosie O'Donnell and Elizabeth Hasselbeck happened. Go to YouTube and go find the video on The View. And Sherry Shepherd and Joy Behar were trying their best to get them to stop and to go to commercial.
And they wouldn't go to commercial.
They wouldn't go to commercial because it was good TV at that time. And then they had the split screen with Rosie and Elizabeth. Because you didn't defend. No, bitch.
And Rosie said, and at one point, they said something about going to, Joy said something about going to commercial. Rosie said, yeah, no, we don't have to go to commercial. No, we're not going to commercial because we still have time. She told her no. She looked at that teleprompter and said, no, we're not going to commercial because we still have time. And Joy ended. The argument ended when Joy got pissed and was like, who's the director? Go to commercial. Yeah.
Y'all have to find
that's infamous.
That was.
And I think that they said, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said Barbara Walters was at home calling into the studio trying to get them to stop.
Yeah.
Like trying to get them to get off TV because you know Barbara Walters was in charge of the View at that time, and she was at home trying to call in like get them off the TV arguing like that.
Clearly, she didn't get through.
No, she didn't get through. Somebody kept saying that's Barbara on the line. Keep her on hold. Don't you stop that camera.
ABC trying to get those coins.
That was episode.
Yes.
Oh, it started. And Rose got real good because she was real calm. She said, "Yeah, the way you didn't defend me." Elizabeth said, "What are you talking about?"
And she said, "You got 3 weeks to say all this Republican crap."
You can say all you want. You go ahead and just say all you want. Because Rosie knew she was leaving. She knew. See, she wasn't Star Jones. She knew I'm leaving. So I'm going to let you say all the crap you want, all the Republican crap you want to say, okay? And then that's when Elizabeth told her, yeah, I bet you was such and such because you know, that's why, what she say, such and such, you like to argue with Donald Trump because he's obnoxious like you. Or something like that. I said, oh, Elizabeth.
She's like, I didn't pick a fight with him. He picked a
fight with me.
Y'all got to find that clip and just remember.
It's like an 8 minute. It's like
10 minutes long. Yeah, but it was 8 minutes when they started. It was 2 minutes in. That's when they got into.
All you have to do is YouTube Rosie O'Donnell, Elizabeth Hasselbeck fight, and then it'll.
Yeah, because the crowd was agreeing with Rosie and Elizabeth, bitch. Even they were in on it. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was.
It was good.
That was good TV.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. See, I wish something like that would have happened when I went to the View.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine?
I did get a hug for Sherry.
You gonna be like, you gonna let us say that to you?
No, they didn't hear me. The camera heard me. See, you know what? Y'all kick me out all you want to, but wrong is wrong and right is right. You don't do that. Yeah, well, I'm ready to go because I'll be like this. They kick me out. Well, this ticket was free anyway. I don't care. Y'all better kick me out during commercial. You better not kick me out now.
All right, y'all. Y'all be good. We'll see y'all.
Because the tickets are free at the View.
Oh yeah.
It's just like a 3-4 year wait.
I hope not this long.